Alright, so I got as far as I could with this piece, my Volkswagen bus piece, with spray paint and paint markers. So now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a video of just detailing it out so it looks a little bit more refined, just cleaning up some lines. I should have done a video while I was spray painting it, but I was not into it at the time, so I'll come back to another image where I'll show you how I block it out and get as far as I can with paint markers and spray paint. But today we're just going to throw down a little bit of paint. This is going to be an experiment in time. I'm going to start off with carbon black just to get some of the lines cleaned up. You can see where I used a paint pen in some areas to get as far as I could, shape things out. There's the image I'm working from. It's from a car show that Liam and I attended a few months back. I did a series of paintings from that car show, and I'm just coming back to this. So it's really weird working on a surface that moves all the time, but I think next time I'll probably make it a little bit more stationary. But it's an experiment, and I'm just playing around. Just trying to get these windows right. So I'm going to try to, this window here has a lot of glare on it, but this back window here, this window I'm working on right here, gives it some depth. You can see how by cutting in the other side of the van, gives the image a more three-dimensional feel. I really want to play around with that idea of the three-dimensional look. So with this acrylic paint over spray paint, you have to use a lot of the pigment and little water in order for it to even stick to it. It has a tendency to bubble up and kind of fall away from the first coat of paint there. It's alright. I like the looks of it in some imagery. Not particularly in this imagery, but so that's the passenger seat, and we're looking through the passenger side window there. I'm going to keep just going through here and detailing out what I can with the black. I think the spray paint gives me a real soft, maybe blurry image of where I'm getting to. And I kind of like working from that area with my brushes. I've done quite a series of experiments with that idea, with autos and jars and marbles. Actually, the first one I did was a big marble piece that 10 feet wide, 3 feet high, and did it in the driveway one hot summer night with my headlights in my truck to light the way. So by this time I'm hoping, and I'll know in a minute here, that I got the composition correct in the process of spray paint. Now I'm just highlighting the shapes with this black so that I can come back and pop it with some color. See that? No, too much water, no pigment even stuck there, so I get more pigment on my brush. These upper windows have a little bit of a curve to them that I have a hard time getting with the spray paint, so hopefully it'll work out with this brush work. This last one was really tweaked on me here. I like working with this perspective. Makes you kind of, it's a challenge as a painter to try to captivate a foreshortened perspective. How the boss feels really compact. Seeing the full face of it is just full size. Alright, so back to the windows. Again, the windows get shorter as they go too. And I want to highlight what's going on in the background just a little bit so that you get that three-dimensional feel. This one's going to be a lot of glare, so you're not going to see much there. So now that I got the windows in, kind of step back. I don't have a whole lot of room on this deck to step back and get a good look, but it looks a bit more three-dimensional. I want to finish up some details on this window here. I'm kind of looking through the boss is what the perspective I'm trying to get. All right, now. This logo, I'm really curious on this logo too. Sort of what I love about chrome and lights is they reflect everything around it, so you're really painting what it's reflecting. You're not painting the actual, I'm not just painting the logo, I'm painting how it's represented by everything that it's reflecting. It's got a little orange in it from the reflections below. I don't like to mess around in one spot too long. I like to keep moving, so I'll just hit it with some color, some detail that I didn't see before, and then I'll move on, and I'll come back to all of it a later time. So that way you're working the whole piece at the same time, and it gives it some more, gives it a lot more. Helps with the composition. More even flow to the piece. I'm just going to let this video run until it's done. It's going to be a long one, but you can cut it short. Just fast forward it if you get bored. You know, we talked to my family yesterday, and we talked about how we were at a party and talking to people about YouTube, and I feel like I need to be a little bit more entertaining than I am, but I'm gonna keep trying videos until I feel comfortable with them, and then hopefully you'll get entertained eventually. I'm not trying to create the perfect photo image, so this little staticky moves, I don't mind them. I kind of like the hand-drawn line feel, so I'm comfortable with this imagery being a little bit fuzzy at first, and then I'm just trying to make it a little less fuzzy. I really like how glass is represented with spray paint. I really like that softness. The marbles that I did was fascinating because I could have that soft look of the spray paint, like the reflective glass, and then I could cut hard lines with my brush work. Which is perfect for marbles and jars and such. So I'm going to work with this black until I get to a point where I feel like switching colors, and I think while I'm working on one color, I usually plot out the next color. So I think my next color is going to be the white because I really want to clean up all those lines. And then I'll probably go to a gray. Medium gray. And then pop it with some. Of course, I'm going to have to eventually break out the orange. I love these old school bumpers. I know they can't possibly protect you from anything, but I just love the shape of them. So for this series of videos that I'm working on next, I'm just going to keep putting up different images in the back here. This is the back of my house. I put up a vinyl tarp so that I could paint on it without painting on the house, which is really what I want to do. But see, it's a little fuzzy in parts, but it'll come together. I'm pretty confident of it. I guess I've been doing this long enough not to worry about things while they're in process. I just kind of keep working it out. Don't get hung up on it. This line around the wheel here, I was noticing this last night, and I'm just not sure what I did wrong, but should cut back more. I think I'm going to have to fix that with the orange. Let me pop some detail out of the eventually have treads and everything on here. Love the hubcaps, those full moon hubcaps. We'll work on getting that to pop out a little bit. Again, I know the lines are fuzzy, but I'm not worried about them right now. I'm just going to keep blocking it out. Keep working out the details. Again, this reflective surface of the tire is great, or of the hubcap is great, because it just reflects everything around it again, you know. So you get a real three-dimensional feel just by the open windows, the way the chrome is reflecting everything around it, the way the headlights are reflecting everything around it, the way the hubcaps are reflected. It adds to the depth of the piece. Again, I'll come back and touch that up. It's a little closer. Maybe baby steps, but oh well. That's all I got for now. And this time needs to be addressed. That's a little bit closer. See with the black paint, there was not enough pigment, too much water, not enough pigment. So it kind of drifts on me. It kind of doesn't stick very well to the surface. Alright, I'm going to detail out this last hubcap and give this bumper a little shading. Alright, so that's a little bit closer. You can see where it's starting to look a little less fuzzy. Try to give this a little bit of color so it starts to... Alright, so I'm gonna Alright, so next color I'm gonna do is white. I'm gonna try to clean up the lines with the white. It's gonna be quite a bit of white to do that. I'll be right back. Alright, I have 1, 2. I'm using straight white on this. And a cheap brush, but it'll work. So I got I'm going to try to knock out all the grays and really define the white here. I like the brush strokes, so I'm going to leave brush strokes in there so you have that fight between the softness of the spray paint and the textural look of the brushwork. Kind of like that tension that color was created there. Some odd colors going on in here. I'm going to knock down a little bit. Basically, the water is just to keep the brush light, so you're not dealing with a packed brush. Put too much water in it, and it doesn't adhere. It doesn't stick to the canvas. So I'm just using just enough water to make the paint flow a little bit smooth. I'll let the spray paint that I applied yesterday dry for about a little over 24 hours. So you can see that the white that I use as spray paint, it's got a little bit of a tinge of yellow to it. So it makes this color kind of stand out a bit more. Alright, so I think you get the idea. I'm not going to run the video much longer. I'm going to cut the video here, and then I'll shoot an image or another short video of when it's finished and show you where I had problems. But I don't want to bore you all day. I'll probably work on this for about 4 hours sometime today. I got things I have to do, but I'll be back. Thanks. Please share, please follow, please leave a comment. Thanks. Have a great day.